Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show, where we show you how to buy unwanted vacant land and sell it for more on the internet. I'm Steve Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We are your hosts. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we are the experts in this niche land flipping business.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com. All right, let's get this show started.
That's Jack Butala for Land Academy. Welcome to our Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy property for half of what it's worth and resell it the very next day. Great information and instruction from Jack, that's me.
And inspiration from Jill, that's me.
Here's some funny stuff that happened to us recently.
Jack just learned that we actually do have kind of an office dress code policy.
You know what happens? What happens is I show up and everybody announces that it's a Periscope day. It's a good thing I put clothes on at all.
That's true. But no, and we recently hired a new person on our staff, so we were kind of talking about it, and Jack's like, "What do you mean there's kind of a dress code?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can't walk in shorts and flip-flops," and here comes Jack in shorts and tennis shoes. But you're allowed to do that.
What's the dress code?
You're allowed to do that because you're you. It's kind of funny.
Oh,
yeah, it's you.
It's an owner benefit.
It's an owner benefit.
So what is the dress code? I still don't know.
Because we're not on the East Coast. Our dress code is casual, like all the time, because we're either here in Arizona or we're in California. So there you go.
You know, I was thinking about strapping on a camera to my helmet, on the way to the commute.
Oh, you should do that.
That'd be cool. And just do like an audio thing,
Do it at the beach.
And it takes exactly. So it takes I have no place we don't have an office there.
That's true. There's no commute. You know what you should do? That's what we're going to do.
I'm going to stick the thing on the helmet.
Wow. And you're going to commute. I'm commuting to the balcony. I'm drinking coffee and I'm going to commute back into the office.
And it takes, it'd be a good 5 to 8, probably 8 minutes. Just 8 minutes of talking about the crap that goes on, good stuff and bad stuff.
I like that.
Like what we're buying, what we're selling all that day or whatever.
That's a great idea. On your head. That'd be hilarious.
Anyway, what is our dress code?
It's just casual. It's beach. Well, not beach casual. Beach is a whole different. Beach is barefoot when it's you and I, and that's an owner benefit. But
see, that's just not answering the question.
No, it's business casual is what it is. No flip flops, no shorts and tank tops, but then it's just casual is good. So why are you asking? It doesn't apply to you. I just thought it was funny that you didn't know that.
In this episode, Jill and I talk about money equals freedom. Jill, great show today. Before we start, let's take a question posted from one of our members on successplant.com. It's our online free community.
Tori W. wrote, we are looking to mail offers to owners of single-family residences.
You can use our data for that.
Few questions. Number 1, who has been using this strategy? Number 2, what have been your experiences / results? And number 3, have you modified the cover letter and purchase agreement for single-family residences?
Tori.
Yeah.
Awesome question. And the answer is yes, you can use that data. Mm-hmm. In fact, I would argue it is the best data. It's the least scaled down. So there's you have a tremendous amount of detail, just like you use it for land, which I think is better. I know it's better. Mm-hmm. The learning curve is a little bit harder up front, but hey, it's worth it in the end. We're all here to make money. Mm-hmm. Jill and I, as a matter of fact, are in the process of releasing a new product for house flippers, house wholesalers specifically. So, and I show you in the whole program how to use the data and for this very specific thing. So yeah, you need we use it. Jill and I do this all the time, and you need a different purchase agreement and a cover letter because what you're going after is very, very different. You're not going to find people who just really clearly want to get rid of their house. That's just not how it works. But you will find people that would much rather cash out of it quickly for cash the next week over listing it and cleaning it and making it show ready, as Jill says, or what do you call it? You call it open house ready. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a different story.
I want to address Tori's question number 2 because I think this is really great for everyone to know. What have been your experiences and results? Because you, Jack, have a really good handle on the numbers.
Yeah, so done properly, and you really have to have the best data, and you have to scrub the data properly and send out the right mailer and send it to the right people. And here's a hint: you can't send letters to people with mortgages. That's the key. But anyway, if you do all that, you should buy a house at about 60% of what you can of what the ARV is. What after it's all cleaned up, 60% of that for every 2,000 letters that you send. Ballpark.
What? So 2,000 letters for one house.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
That's what I wanted to get out of you because I wanted to share that. I know it's good for people to know how many letters do I need to send out to do this. All right, you want to buy, 2 houses this month, you need to send 4,000 letters. You want to buy 3, you need to send out, 6,000 letters. That makes
I'm really excited about this product.
I am too.
Our land customers are having so much success with purchasing and selling land. I just think it's such an easy leap to mix that into what you're already doing with land. Can I pause here? Yeah.
I have to talk about that for just a minute. And we have one person, Josh, who recently reached back out to us to say, not only am I alive and well, I'm over here killing it and helping other people. And I wanted to say thank you very, very much, Josh. We got your messages. Bless his heart. We mentioned him on the show. I don't think we said his name, but we were kind of commenting like he's obviously doing great because he's fallen off. Where'd he go?
That's what happens.
And he's like, no, I'm still here. I'm still with you guys. And actually, it's great because we're looking at doing some stuff together. We got your stuff, and we want to talk. So I personally am so darn proud of us, Jack, because we are clearly good teachers.
She's going to get misty.
I am going to get
There's
misty.
a little misty.
I am.
It's
we
boring.
are clearly, we are clearly showing people really how to do this because our people are killing it. I mean, the numbers that are coming back with and their cash flow that they're bringing in, I'm like, holy moly.
We had a guy in the show early on. His name's Mike Dugan. I'm going to use his last name because he's that kind of guy. He's a former day trader, made a ton of money. Joined us pretty early on when we started this thing, and the guy's he's regularly turning $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 months. So, Mike, we're going to have you back on the show. I sent you an email a couple days ago.
Hope the IRS is not listening, Mike, because sorry about that.
He's already done really well in day trading, and he wanted to stay with his home with his kids, which he's doing, but he's just bored out of his mind. Mm-hmm. He's a born deal maker. Mm-hmm. Hey, if you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Today's topic, money equals freedom. I've been wanting to do this show for a long time.
I bet you have.
Because it's not, when you're young, it's like, why do you want to make money? When you're young, it's I want to have a Ferrari. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with it now. You know what prompted this is the interview that we did yesterday.
I was just thinking, that made me think of that.
This guy, he's incredibly brilliant and completely retired, and he's spreading the word and helping everybody for his little thing, which is investing in the stock market, or investing in markets, I should say. And and he says right on the front page of his site, my newest car is 11 years old, and I just don't care about any of that stuff anymore. I'm really here to help everybody, and I feel exactly the same way, Joe. Mm-hmm.
I agree.
It's all about freedom and having choices. It's not about material stuff. I mean, you got to get that out of your system, I guess. Joe buys a hell of a lot of shoes. But I will have to say this. I don't think you pay full price for them.
Well, it depends on the shoes. You're right. And traditionally, I don't. But yeah.
I was editing a podcast recently, and you're talking about that California state necklace thing.
Oh, yes.
So, and I really didn't hear you when you said it on the show, but so you found a necklace that you liked. It's the state of California.
I did.
You didn't buy it. Go ahead and tell a story.
No.
I think I had to hear it the second time. I had to hear it the second time to appreciate it.
Walking around Manhattan Beach, found this cute little necklace, and it's the state of California in a chain. I'm like, oh, I've got to have that. So I'm looking at it going, I'm not going to pay that. So,
that's my girl.
And by the way, it's not like sterling silver. I'm like, I have a better way. So I'm like, I like walking out of the store, I'm getting on my phone and I'm getting into my Amazon account. And I'm searching it, and I found it, for a little bit less than that one, and it was sterling silver. I'm like, done. And so I checked out, and that's the way I roll. I went and got exactly what I wanted, and I love my necklace.
Every person who has a retail business, we just lost them as a listener.
Sorry.
You know what my son asked me a couple days ago?
What?
Dad, when I'm older, do you think there'll be any stores, or will there just be Amazon? Because he sees us, and I said, you know what? So then that prompted me to tell the Henry Ford story, which was, during the heyday, Henry Ford, they were making so many Model Ts and they could anticipate sales. They were manufacturing so many cars, they would ship them all over the country.
Right.
And put them in like vacant lots so they could deliver them faster. So if they got an order in from they're making them in Michigan, they got an order in California, they would go to the Southern California lot and pull the car. So that was the beginning of dealerships / showrooms. Mm-hmm. And then it became a car ordering thing. So it's the same thing with Amazon. Mm-hmm. And their logic is correct. I think, why take all the overhead and all that stuff and jam it into the price of a product? I mean, that necklace is a perfect example.
But you know what? I don't do that all the time. That's just a few things that I do. We all know that I do plenty of local retail shopping.
I know. But that's not the point of this.
That's
the point is that it's just so much more efficient to have it come out of a warehouse like that than a retail area.
This is nothing about the topic, by the way.
Oh, money equals freedom. Mm-hmm. So I don't really have much else to say about that. I mean, wouldn't you really rather have control of your time than a new car every year?
Well, what's interesting is for some people, they understand the concept, but they think more money to pay for more toys is freedom.
We have some friends like that.
We do have some friends like that.
I'm not going to name names.
I know. But I don't understand that thinking. I mean, because still at the end, you owe somebody something. So what our point is, let's pay it all off. That really is freedom. When you're sitting with no car payments and no student loans and no house payments.
And you don't really have to go to work.
Or even you're just going to work to eat, and pay your bill. Just imagine that. What if everything you had is paid for cash? You have no bills. So the only thing you're paying for is your living expenses, whatever you want to do today. I mean, imagine what a different life that is, and imagine how you would look at things differently. And that's how we are. And I got to tell you, it's awesome. I mean, it really is. And what's interesting I have found is, because I wasn't always this way.
No, you weren't.
Thank you.
I remember that.
No. And now I look at things so differently, and I do spend money differently. And if anything, I'm even more frugal. It's so funny because now that I have a lot, I could go buy anything I want. I really don't necessarily want it. It's not that important. Now I have a whole different thing. Now my thing is about, give you a lot of credit for this, Jack, is experiences. Those are my favorite gifts now. Never mind, you got me a gorgeous diamond necklace for Mother's Day, but
I'll save that for another show. It's all right.
But
I advertised that on the internet. Did you see that?
I did. That was really cool.
I think Mother's Day is just a full-blown celebration day.
Thank you.
You've earned that.
Well, I did get that. I got an experience. I got an awesome
Everybody has a birthday. Everybody goes Christmas shopping, all that stuff. Mother's Day is special.
Thank you.
And you know what else my kid said?
What?
Why isn't there a kid's day? Every kid asks that.
Hold on a moment. Hold on, Jack. I got to say something, because he asked me that same thing when we were in the store picking up something for my mom. And he said, why isn't there a kid's day? And I said 3 times in a row, there is. It's Christmas. And he goes, no.
Every day is kids' day.
He said that. I said, I'm telling you, it's Christmas. Trust me. It is kids' day. Stinker. I can't believe he asked you that too. That's hilarious. Like he's going to get different. Yeah, you got a kid's day. It's all good.
This is the technical 10 portion of our show. If you're a regular listener, this is replacing the if-then statement because it didn't get very good reviews.
Can I just say I was one of the people on that list? You don't know that anonymous survey. That was me.
A nice way for me to say that.
Yeah.
Jill said, knock that part out of the show because I don't like it. No, we're getting a lot of requests from people to bring back some more technical stuff. Stop horsing around and give us some advice. So this is the technical 10 minutes of property investment advice from Jill and I from our 15-year, 15,000 deal experience. So I'm going to tell you a simple story, and I'm going to be brief about it, but it's going to end in you and I describing a transaction from start to finish.
Okay.
This happens all the time in our office. A woman sent a deed to our office with a handwritten note that said, you contacted me a while ago to buy my property, and, I decided I'm just going to give it to you. So the note came in, and our senior manager of everything here at Land Academy, Erin, we decided to give this property to her. And so she's going to, from start to finish, complete this transaction on her own. And we're going to kind of film it and use it. Well, see, so it's not really free, is it? We're getting something out of it.
Can I just add?
Yeah.
It's 10 acres.
It's 20, isn't it? It's 20. I thought it was
9.6 something.
She'll clear, if she takes her time and does it right, she'll clear probably $8,000 on it. Between 5 and 8, depending on how fast she wants it to go. All right, so you start, Jill. So everybody agrees on a price, let's say. What happens next? You agree to buy it, they agree to sell it because you sent a mailer out.
Then what I do is so we agreed on a price. Then I make sure I have a copy of the deed from the seller, and I can go look it up. So I know how to do the right wording and get the right name and everything on there.
Look it up at our Data to Doorstep product.
That's exactly. I go right into it. If they either send it to me or I go and they'll have it, but I'm still going to double check it anyway with our data. So I'm going to go into Data to Doorstep, and I can often pull a copy of the deed right there because it's directly linked to the county. It's awesome. So I can see it right there. I confirm I have the right legal description and the APN and everything. So I'm going to recreate a deed. I'm going to literally retype a deed. And if it's a grant deed, it's a new grant deed. If it's a special warranty deed, it's a special warranty deed, however it is. And when I make the deed, I'm moving, they were the buyer back then, so I move them up to grantor, and I make me the grantee, or my company, however, and I recreate this deed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the deed, I'm going to get a cashier's check forever we agreed upon, and I'm going to arrange a signing for my seller wherever they like. So I'm going to say, hey, Mrs. Smith, we agreed on $3,000.
Could be across the country.
Whatever it is.
Usually is.
I have the deed ready to go. Where would you like me to have the notary come to you? They will have the deed right there for you to sign, and they will hand you a check at that time. Do you want them to come to your house? Do you want to go to the coffee shop near you? Whatever it is. And I'm in Arizona, and they might be in, Ohio. And they'll say, oh, great. Can they come Tuesday? I'll be home all afternoon. Yep. Done. No problem. So then I hang up. I go to, usually I use, is it 123 Notary, Notary 123, one of those. It's my favorite right now. I put in the zip code. I find a notary right in their area. I make sure they're really ranked really high. I kind of do my little homework
costs
on them.
Like $50 to $80.
Yeah. Usually
unless it's in Los Angeles, then it costs $400.
Yeah. Usually it's about $50 is what I negotiate. And I say, all right, I want you to go to this lady's address. I'm sending you a deed and a check, an envelope, and you're going to, do it there. And then I overnight to them the deed, the payment, and I have a return envelope in there for them to get it back to me. So 2 days later, this notary is going to go to their house and sign the deed with the seller, and they're going to hand them the check, and my seller is thrilled. And then my notary is going to take the
cashier's check usually. The
cashier's check, yeah. And then my notary is going to put the completed deed back in my return envelope, and they're going to overnight it because I already have it ready to go. Overnight it back to me. Now I'm going to get it, and I'm going to send it into the county for recording.
And you own it.
And I own it.
Every single last detail, no stone unturned of what Jill described and much more is in our Cash Flow from Land program. Mm-hmm. It's getting fantastic reviews. Mm-hmm. If you don't believe me, go out on Success Plat and say, are these guys idiots or not? A lot of people do that.
Do you know, it's funny. That's exactly it. Some people say, well, it can't be that easy.
It is that easy.
So, yeah, it is.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816, and please don't be boring. Jill, do you have some inspiration for us?
Yes. I have a question. Are you letting loose enough? Are you? No, seriously.
I've never had a problem with that.
You know what, Jack? I beg to differ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know what, Jack? I know, and it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that sometimes you get so caught up in work and what's going on and projects and programs and recording, and you're not even coming up for air. And it's a really good thing because I know you love it and you're really focused, but I'm making sure you're coming up for air, and I want to make sure everybody's coming up for air.
This is the way she says,
I need some time.
Like, chill out.
No. Well, there's two parts to this. One, I can tell Jack to, hey, make sure you're having some fun time in here too and coming up for air because, by the way, it makes you a better person and more fun to be around. And B, this is why when I disappear, and I might be doing some retail therapy or who knows what, that's why we all need to cut loose a little bit, have some fun. You're a better person. You're a better parent. You're a better employee. You're a better everything.
Do you know that Seth?
Better boss.
Seth Williams, our good friend and colleague and sort of competitor, but not really. That was his whole blog. He said,
really?
It was more phrased like this. Yeah, this week.
Oh, I didn't even read that.
He's an excellent writer. His whole point was, it was an extension of what you said. It's all about, looking back on the mistakes that he made, why he chose, if he could go back, he would choose not working as hard on certain points and certain stuff. Yeah. And he would spend more time with people in his life.
That's interesting. Good timing.
Yeah.
Hey, nice job, Seth.
Yeah.
Shout out to Seth. Great.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
Get there first.
I think that's funny that Seth wrote something kind of along those lines this week.
Honestly,
it was not a technical paper like he likes to do.
I honestly thought that's where your inspiration came from, reading his blog.
It's hilarious. No, I didn't even see that. That's good. I'm gonna, thank you for sharing that with me because I'm gonna go find it and I'm gonna comment on it for him. So that it didn't pop in. Yeah, I'll go find it.
We didn't talk about this topic at all. We talked about it for 1 minute.
We didn't talk about this topic.
I think it's pretty obvious. It's just everybody wants to be in control of their time.
I hope so. I think so. I know so.
It's not like 20 minutes worthy of talking. Not that what we just did was 20 minutes worthy of talking either, but...
What are you talking about?
The title of the show, Jill.
Oh. I'm not sure if you're
Money equals freedom.
Oh. I wasn't sure if you're talking about that or my last little bit at the end. So that's funny.
Oh, you mean I wasn't clear?
Go figure. Good thing. Who listens to this after show, by the way? Does anybody listen to this?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
No, that's why we can say stupid stuff.
They don't know. They just cuts off.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
They only listen to the technical stuff. That's what they told me. No, honestly, I asked several people, and they said it was right split down the middle.
Really?
Yeah. Gosh, I really wish you guys would talk about how to do this more and your success. Bring up your success more. My success in buying and selling property is maybe the most boring topic to me on the planet. But we're here to spread the word.
We are.
So, and then the other half said, "Man, you guys are awesome and it's funny. Keep doing that."
That's good.
So I don't know.
Anything?
I think both people have probably better stuff to do than listen to this show, but turns out it works out for both of us, I guess.
Have you read any comments that said you guys are dorks? What are you?
No,
how are you on the air? No,
I haven't even gotten one.
No, actually, I am constantly flattered by the comments that come in and the people that we're getting to compare to that have, some pretty big shows that have been around for a long time. I'm very proud.
We are at number 171, show number 171, in the iTunes Investors section, and climbing every week. Actually, every day, but I'm just going to say every week.
Nice. Cool. We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.